There it goes. Have no idea why it does that, man. That is a Streamlabs feature trying to sabotage my microphone, but I caught it that time. How you guys doing out there? Welcome, welcome. It is another Monday. Boy, I don't know about you guys, but talked about how fast that week went last week. Yeah, that weekend went by even faster. Oh man. So what's new with you guys? Not too much exciting stuff here. I'd love to show you all the new stuff I got plugged into the game while I was working on this weekend, but no, it didn't happen. This weekend was basically devoted to starting to prep for San Diego Comic-Con, which means doing banners, doing postcards, stickers, yeah, all that crap. So had to put together all the artwork for all those kind of things. So yeah, I kind of lost the weekend to that, you know. And then on top of that, yeah. So yeah, and on top of that too is I got the list for press that's coming to San Diego Comic-Con. So I had to, and jeez man, I mean it was like 1,200 lines in that spreadsheet. So I had to go through all that and kind of whittle that down because I don't want to just send out a blind email to everyone on that list because there's a chunk of those people that have absolutely no interest whatsoever. They're there to look at celebrities. They're there to talk about Hollywood gossip. And, you know, my little Tribble game don't mean nothing to them. So, you know, I got to be selective in my mailing list. I don't want to, you know, piss people off before I even say hello. So, yeah, that was time consuming as well. Going through all that and trying to compile a list. And, you know, I sort of like had a multi-tier kind of list where I have I definitely want to email those people, right? I mean, you know, the obvious ones, the obvious high-profile game websites, of course. So I got those, and then I have like a second tier with like the maybes, and then the, you know, I could try it but probably get nowhere kind of stuff. So yeah, ton of time to go through all that crap. Also using OpenOffice, which has an open policy about openly crashing. Yeah, that's fun, especially when it takes work with you. Luckily, I'd had like a previous version, so I didn't lose too much work, maybe like 45 minutes, but that's still not the kind of stuff you want to deal with. But anyways, tell you what, let's start the broadcast out right here. There we go. Let's get some bombing going right here, right off the get-go. So there you go. Wake you guys up. Happy afternoon or morning or evening, what it is for you guys. But all right. So if I got nothing to show here and I really don't have that much on my to-do list for this at the moment, what am I going to do? Well, I'm going back to this bad boy. If you guys remember, this is pretty much where I left off on Friday, right? You know, not much new here, except I just need to progress on. So, yeah, this is it. This is going to be the task today. I want to get this finished and hopefully implement it into the game. That's going to be a bit of a challenge because I want to do something in here, in this space, where it shows, you know, the Tribble kind of jumping around, just like, you know, computer controlled, right? You know, just so you can see some life and just a basic level setup. So that probably going to be a bit of a time sink, but we'll see how long that takes. Alright, so in the meantime, let me jump back into this. And if you guys remember, I came up with a better system. Originally, I had done the squiggly lines that were just pretty much terrible, but then I got a better refinement system. So let me see if I can replicate what I was doing on Friday, or if I'm just like gonna be stupid and forget all that I just did. So let's come out here, throw up a new layer on this guy, make sure I'm not getting cut off for you guys. Yeah, that's okay. Alright, so let's get started. I guess what I should do is get a correct color here. Let's see, I'm going to do paint. Oh, that's way too big. So let's start off with like, let's try it down here, 20. Still a large. Oh, that's 30. Yeah, I think 20 should be just right. I'm going to bump that a little bit. Getting kind of nitpick here, but there we go, 22. Alright, so, and then let's get a right color. I want this one, but a little darker, but still separate from the background there. Maybe I could go even darker just to really separate it. How about that? Alright. Oop, that didn't work. Alright, try that again. How did I do that before? Oh, I did it with shift, didn't I? I'm trying to remember what I did. So if I go there to here, it should draw a line. Pretty much like that. Oops. So there to here draws the line. There we go. So, what's going on with you guys? Anything new over the weekend? Anything exciting? Let's see. I think Spider-Man is just about to open. I think everyone on the other side of the ocean already got a chance to watch it. So, envious you guys. Hope to go see that pretty soon. Haven't looked at the reviews yet, so I don't know. I'm just banking on it. Now, the first one's going to be a hard act to follow. I thought the first Spider-Man Homecoming was really good. So we'll see if they can do well in the sequel. Oh, and I read, changing the subject, kind of bounce around here a little bit. I read that they cast Uncharted. Unfortunately, not Nathan Fillion. I mean, I guess that was just too perfect. But Tom Holland, man. So Loki, which I'd love to see it, man. That guy has an insane range. So Loki, Mr. Night Manager, is gonna play Nathan from Uncharted series in the movie. That'd be good. I'm sure it's like just getting started, so I mean, it'd be a million years before it comes out. But all right, so what I did on Friday was I started with that, and I just kind of went down like this and just did it much more gradual than I was doing before, like so. So still breaking up, so it's not exactly a straight line, but just not being too jaggy like I was when I was doing it earlier on Friday. If you remember, it just kind of looked blobby, like I didn't know what I was doing, which is pretty much the case. Let me come back, aim out more like that. Like so. Oh, that's a little much. Alright. Come back out. Alright. And then start to curve inward. Up. Oh. Come just a little bit downward and then go back up towards the end. There it goes. Alright. And let me go inverse that and delete that puppy. There he goes. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Wow, it's actually so dark, it's hard to tell. Let me see if I can. I may have lost all saturation on that. Nope, I do have it. Good. Ooh, kind of like that. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, there we go. That looks a lot more freehand, but not jaggy like it was on Friday. That's much better. Alright, I guess I should clean up the inside as well. Let's see. I guess I'll do it. I was debating whether or not I want to make this thicker. Yeah, I don't want this to get too thin, but I'll wing it. We'll see how it looks. So, alright. So, yeah, not too much else for me. Like I said, just a whole bunch. I guess I could bring them up. I don't know if I get anyone chatting with me and they're interested. I'll load up the all the artwork I did over the weekend for the banner. Let's see, banner postcard. Oh yeah, table too. I'm gonna do like a little a drape that goes over the table just to, you know, add a little bit more. There's a local printing shop here that does this stuff so stupid cheap that I couldn't resist doing that. Excuse me. I was even toying with the idea of doing like an additional sign that I was kind of like put next to the table, but I just decided, you know what, I spent enough money. And I got the stickers too. So I got a little sticker that says official Tribble tester. So anyone that tries out the game, gives it a play there in San Diego Comic-Con, will get themselves a nice little free sticker. And then I kind of messed up the order. Thought about it afterwards. The sticker's round, but I didn't pay for the round cutting. So I gotta like buy like a $13 little cutting tool so I can manually cut all the circles myself. But I mean, that's good because doing it that way, doing it manually, saved me like $30, which I'm okay with. There we go. Alright, see what that looks like. Yeah. Good. That's much better. Alright, so now the final question mark is, do I want to do the same for the interior of the screen? I think I do. I think I do. I was asking that question kind of a rhetorical fashion. So, now just make sure that the screen behind it is just, the level fills up enough of that space. So that'll be fine. Alright, got the right thing? Nope, I don't have the right thing selected. Now I do. Cool. Alright. Let's go in like that. Alright. Come back out to the turn here. Like that. Let's head downward. Come back up. Another elbow here. Like so. All right. Almost done. Yeah, as I mentioned before, this is probably going to be temp. I mean, maybe one of those things that I throw it to my artist Daniel, and maybe let him do a much prettier version of this one, just use as a basis. So I'm not making it as pretty as I should. But what I could do, could get sneaky at this point. Check this out. So if I grab this guy, time to do some repurposing. Grab this one like so, go copy paste. Oh, let me get him on top. Like that, there it goes. Rotate him around. Yeah. Alright, I can't see the edge there. Is that right? Should be right. Yeah. Alright. And then what we'll do is we'll just do a 180. So a different part of the line on this side. So hopefully it'll break it up a little bit. Won't look like I'm using the same line, even though I am. Should be good. Alright, pretty close. There it goes. Yeah. It's subtle, but I mean you can tell it's just not a perfect straight line. That's what I was trying to pull off there, so I'm happy with that. Let's see. Yep. Okay. Let's see. I guess might as well just do another one. And then this one, I'll definitely go 180. Maybe flip it upside down. Vertical. Like that. Stretch this out. Hopefully it won't look too bad. No, I think that's fine. Good. Alright, so yeah, it's just getting a nice little kind of casual line look, right? So it just looks much more hand-drawn, which was the objective here. Alright, so I do the edges here. For that, I think I'll borrow a different line, just break it up. Copy and paste. Oops, gotta remember to put it back on top again. Like so. Hey, Fletcher King! I can never get over how young your voice sounds. If I close my eyes, I think I'm listening to a 20-year-old. Yeah, you know, not by choice. Not like I clicked that box when I was, you know, getting the prefab kind of put together thing, but not a bad thing though. Well, it helps hide the age, I guess, right? You know, but yeah, you're not the first person to mention that. All right, I'll try and no, see, even that doesn't work. You know, that just sounds stupid. You know. You're still cooler than most people my age. I'm 23. Well, thanks. Yeah, I'm happy to say that, you know, the young me looks at the old me and kind of goes, yeah, you didn't grow up, man. I'm happy. I'm happy for you. You know, so I got that going for me. Yep. I'm proud with being youthful. I was, you know, childlike, childish. I don't take your choice. So yeah. Yep. I grow up and what do? I animate stuff and I make video games. I mean, come on. You're the dad that everyone wishes they had. Yeah. Well, you know, I'm a dad to dogs, so, and they only seem to appreciate me in mornings and evenings, which translates to feeding times, right? When I go in the backyard and throw the disc, I can't say, you know, the F word, the F-R-I-S-B-E-E. If I say that word, my younger dog goes nuts, right? So we just have to say the disc. Do you have like Mountain Dew? You're close. There you go. Diet 7-Up. That is my poison of choice these days. That and like Diet Coke. You know. But yeah, normally I just get like 2 liters, but then grocery store next to me. My whole area that I live in is like expanding big time, and so the grocery store looks like there's like insane weather coming up because that grocery store just gets absolutely gutted every time I'm in there. It's just like the shelves are half empty. So it's like one of those things where you see like the terrible stories of the foreign countries that, you know, you go in and you don't get to choose, you just take whatever's left on the shelf. That's what it feels like in my neighborhood sometimes. They have a new Mountain Dew. It's called the Liberty Brew. It's 50 flavors in one. Wow. Okay. That sounds interesting. Never been a big Dew kind of guy, but I mean, I gotta admit, I'm kind of curious about that one. I wonder if it's kind of inspired because they have like in the fast food restaurants now, they have those Coke machines where you get to choose whatever you want. And I see people doing that all the time where they'll hit 5 different buttons one at a time and just like fill part of the drink up piece by piece. So they end up with some bizarre concoction. But that's interesting. People just putting tons of stuff in 3 cups. Oh, in their cup, yeah, exactly. You know, sometimes you look at those choices and you're kind of going, ooh, did you really think that one through? You know, you almost want to sit there in the corner and just watch the expression when they take that first sip and kind of go, oh no, that was a mistake. Yeah, some of those concoctions make me turn green. Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, and they could have like a betting pool, how long it takes before the person walks back over and just goes, dumps it out and starts over again. Oh man. So what's new with you, man? I'd say how your weekend was, but you're way past the weekend at this point, aren't you? I mean, I'm in the afternoon of Monday here, but unfortunately, most of it was working, just doing prep work for San Diego Comic-Con. So, actually, since you're here, I'll show you real quick. I don't know if you're interested, but I can show you SBC. Let's go promo. Oh yeah, I had to do the cabinet art as well too. I had to do all that crap. Unfortunately, none of the good streamers are on during the weekend. Yeah. Well, I could have come on, but it would have been boring. All you would have seen is me working on this stuff. So let's see. Oh no, wrong one. Nope, that's the one that goes on the webpage. Actually, this one goes on P Scary Robot. Whoops. If I could type correctly. P Scary Robot. Comic-Con. There he goes. 2019. Banner. There you go. So this will be the banner that I have displayed at San Diego Comic-Con. Normally I go like way to town. I just go like, I fill it up like crazy. But this year I decided I'm just going to go really simple. So anyone that comes by the booth in just a couple of weeks, actually just a couple of weeks from now, did you do that yourself? Yeah, unfortunately, that's the punishment of being a one-man army, is that you're forced to do all the stuff yourself. You know, it's you know, I've been doing it long enough that I'm getting better at making the not wrong choices for a change. But yeah, so this will be the banner that'll go in the background, and then so I got like the screenshots, right? And I just have play the world's / Galaxy's first video game starring Tribbles. I don't know if that reads well or not on your end, but excuse me. Okay, so we have that one, and then we also got let's see, promo. Yeah. Let's see. We go with that postcard. Let's go. Here's the front postcard. Hey, the Bearded Phantom, welcome. It does read well. Thanks, man. Hey, welcome, welcome. Still can't believe you're a one-man army. Well, okay, no. In fairness, I do have my insanely talented artist Daniel, who's providing me all the fantastic 2D art. So I give total credit there. So technically, I'm not really a one-person army. You know, he's helping on that end. So, but I mean, yeah, I'm still kind of tackling everything else at this point. You must have an army of people behind that wall of yours, working relentlessly with pace this game is moving at. Well, and then, I mean, part of it is also, like I said, because I had such a preconceived idea of what the game should be, so that made stuff go a lot faster. And the other thing, too, is having a deadline, man. Having Comic-Con rolling up on me as fast as it did, I knew I had to sort of, like, you know, make choices here and there. So, okay, so anyway, so here's the postcard. This is one that I'll have, you know, the standard 4x6 postcards that I'll be handing out to people. There's the front side, and then back side. The Beard Phantom, welcome, by the way. How's it going? So, yeah, I'm not sure if you've seen the game that I'm working on here before, but Tribble Troubles is the name of the game. That looks super good. Thanks. I appreciate that. Thanks. So, yeah, I got the Glommer in there. This was a pain, actually, because, you know, he is just a series of 2D elements. So I had to sort of like make this pose. Oh, this is the flattened one. Hold on. Let me load up the back, because this was a pain. So the Glommer is actually a ton of little pieces, right? So I had to sort of like try and pose them with all the separate pieces and try and get it all positioned correctly. And like even this one was the worst because it's actually just a straight beam. So I had to use warp to try and get it. And you can see it's a little funky, right? That, you know, but if you go all the way out, I don't think it registers that much. But yeah, so I got all the basic info there, and here you go. I put the plug for this Twitch stream. It's down here. Going watch the game development live on Twitch. There you go. And I say coming to PC, mobile, and consoles. Fingers crossed, consoles in early 2020. You can't even tell. Oh, cool. Good. So yep. So I did that. And then I'll show you also. I'll close this one out as well. He's pretty much done. There's the banner. Close that out. Let's see. I also did a button, a sticker, rather. So there you go. So anyone that actually plays the game, I'll give them a free sticker. There'll be an official Tribble tester. Not too bad. Like to throw on game dev streams at work. How long have you been working on this game? Looks great from what I've seen. Thank you. Just a little over 2 months at this point. I don't know if you actually saw the game itself, but I'll show you real quick. Stop me. I mean, if you've seen it before, I can stop it down. But so this one is, like I said, you can actually go back and look at the Twitch streams on here. When I started doing the prototyping, it was just a little over 2 months ago. And let me unmute the audio here so you can actually hear him jumping around. So this is Tribble, as in, if you know anything about Star Trek, this is a Tribble based on the Tribbles from Star Trek. It is actually licensed. And then the Glommers were actually created for the animated series. The Klingons actually invented Glommers to eat Tribbles. That's the only purpose a Glommer serves, is to eat Tribbles. So they show up from time to time. Unfortunately, that is all I have rights to in terms of the Star Trek universe, is just the Tribbles and the Glommers. So there's not going to be any Kirk or Spock or Bones or any Klingons or Vulcans, unfortunately. But still, I'm happy to have Tribbles by itself. And then the partners that I'm working with want an arcade game, so that's why I kind of steered in this direction. How many levels do you have so far? And this is basically, it's one giant stream, but it kind of divvies up into 10 different sections. Here, I'll show you here. If I don't screw up. And there's little hidden sections too that break open, and then we start hitting these lava streams. You gotta watch out for those, of course. So the premise is Tribble gets caught in a spaceship. If you know Tribbles, they love to eat the food supplies on ships. They're kind of like parasites in that way. So this guy gets caught on a spaceship, and the captain has him beamed into the core of a planet. Oops, too soon. Whose core is actually... Oh, just 2 in a row. Look at that, doing terrible here. I might have to turn on God mode. So he gets beamed in the core of a planet, and the core is like, you know, molten lava, and it's starting to rise. So that's the whole idea, is that there, you can see it there down below. You know, here's the rising lava. So how long would gameplay last for an average player? Okay, great question. So I'm kind of following the templates of like Spelunky or Downwell. So the idea would be is that right now this section you're seeing, these 10 sections, are probably going to get pared down a little bit, right? And this will be one of 4 world sections, right? So if you come back to my postcard, if I still have it up, oh, I don't, I closed it. Let me come back to that. Postcard back. Flattened. Right. So let me show you this closer here. So you start off in the underground caverns, right? With all that, before beating the game. Yeah. So the idea would be like there'll be about a minute to 2 minutes worth of section for here, right? And that would be the first world of the underground, right? And there'll be a break, a breather, and then you go into the next. So the underground would have 4 sections in it, right? You know, and I mean, just kind of more the same, right? And then once you climb out of there, you're going to climb up, into this canyon valley, right? Now up here, things will change a bit. Obviously a different motif, but kind of same length, right? And it's just with 4 sections. And ideally, I'm going to try and do some kind of boss mode for each one of these as well. In this case, you have this new sandworm, right? And then he's a little more devious than just the plain old Glommers, right? He'll be able to follow you and kind of zigzagging back and forth, but he'll be able to go in these little tunnels and move from level to level. So just because you move to a different level, he can still get at you. And the only time you can actually squish him is when he's stopped and turning around, because he has these spikes, right? So that would be another one with 4 sections in there. And if you progress on there, then you come up into a jungle motif. And this is all concept art from my amazingly talented artist, Daniel. So we got this little monkey-like alien creature, the little Cyclops, which was his idea. I love that. I just told him, like, alien-like, monkey-like creature, and this is what he came back with, which is fantastic. Yeah, I know, isn't that great? You know, and I said, like, and there'd be sporadic Venus flytrap type traps, and then he came up with this, and then the vine with the spikes on it, which is just fantastic. That's total kudos to Daniel for coming up with that. So once again, another new section, another kind of like 4 areas that you have to get through. And then there'll be hidden areas too that I showed before that'll lead you to separate rooms that'll give you an opportunity to sort of like stock up back on health and stuff like that. So you'll be able to collect these, the quadrichiricali, the little green food pellets. That'll bring up your health, but you can also go in these little hidden areas and you'll collect gems that I haven't put in the game yet. But there'll be gems in there, and gems can be traded in for power-ups and things like that. And then finally, you actually make it back onto the ship that you originally beamed out of, right? In this case, we have these little alien guys. You know, once again, I told him alien cat, right? And I was showing him a couple of alien suits that I liked, and this is what he came up with. You know, nothing says alien like a third eye, you know. So that's another great touch by Daniel there. You know, So I just did some mock-ups for him, and then a quick mock-ups, and then I handed off to him, and this is what he came back with, which is just fantastic. So to answer your question, ideally, you know, when you're playing the game, because I mean it's gonna be pretty punishing, it's gonna be pretty challenging, so it's gonna be a while before you can progress on through the levels. But the people that are masters of it can probably beat it within like less than half an hour. You know, I'd say 20 minutes to half an hour, depending on just how much of a speed run they're trying to do through the game. Looks like a lot of people would try to exactly, try and speed run it. And I'm kind of thinking in those terms too, right? I mean, because the way I'm playing it here right now, if you look at it, you know, I'm trying to collect everything. But, you know, if I wanted to, I could just sort of like, you know, as soon as that goes, I can just like ignore that and just keep going on. But in this case, I'm going to be a, you know, collect everything kind of guy, you know. And I'm being kind of conservative on waiting on these lava flows to sort of like subside, you know. But I mean, if you're going to speedrunner, you could just completely time it and just like push it so much faster, like so. Do you know how much the game will cost on Steam yet? I don't. That's something I'm still trying to work out. It's honestly, because it's going to be a smaller scale game, it's going to be relatively inexpensive. I mean, compared to most of the stuff, two things. Compared to most of the games that are on Steam, also compared to the fact that this is going to be tied into an intellectual property, it's going to be surprisingly low because I wanted to kind of match the mobile price. So, and the mobile will actually be a premium app as well, right? So it'd be, you purchase it up front and you bought the game. I don't have the definitive price. I can pretty much tell you that it's going to be less than $10 and more than a couple bucks. How about that? So, you know, and I think once again, I'm kind of working off the Downwell's example. Downwell, I think, still sells for, oh, and there's the game, by the way. There's the end of it. So if we look, Steam powered, come over here and we do a search. Oh shoot, I got a couple games I gotta buy. That reminds me. I have to buy it before the, oh wow, he's dropped it down to $1.49? Okay. Oh, he's on sale. Okay, I was about to say, I thought it was normally $3. So yeah, he's selling Downwell for $3, right? Which I think is a good template, a decent reference in terms of play length. I'm trying to match that, although my game is not going to be as punishingly, brutally hard as Downwell is, of course. But, you know, and because of the intellectual property, because of the partnerships I have, I'm probably going to have to charge more than that, but still trying to work that one out. But it'll be, compared to most of the games out there, it's going to be definitely on the cheaper side, for sure. Nice, not bad. It's a really cool concept. It seems like you could almost add a timer and leaderboard to the game for faster completion times. Absolutely, absolutely going to have all kinds of leaderboards, you know, kind of multiple variations too. So some that will just reward for just fastest time, some that we will reward for completionists, right? That can just absolutely get the highest score by collecting all items. You know, so I'll have a couple. That's the goal. To have a couple variations on that, as well as some goofy little things you can pick up. So you'll be able to customize the Tribble and put, you know, like hats and glasses and, you know, just kind of goofy, personalize them. So those things you just kind of pick up through various gameplay moments. So yeah, skins, good idea. Thanks. Well, in this case, it's going to be so much easier because, you know, it's just a 2D. This is my first true, pure 2D game. So I'm going to take advantage of all those things because, you know, with the 3D world, you know, as soon as you try and introduce, you know, all these kind of secondary kind of skins and bonus outfits and that kind of stuff, it definitely gets much more complicated in terms of parenting, in terms of how does it affect the animation, you know, how does it break when he moves around. It seems like you may have a knack for 2D games. Yeah, although the ones that I have on the drawing board are all going to be back in 3D land. But yeah, I am really happy with Unity. This is my first true 2D game, and I'm happy with how fast it's actually come together. I mean, it's a joke, but it's also very true that, you know, adding that third dimension does exponentially increase the complexity of the game development. Did you make a custom raycasting lighting solution for the lava shadowing? Great question. No, absolutely I did not. This thing right here, 2DDL. Check this out. I'm happy to plug it because it's a fantastic little plugin. I picked it up for like $30. And I just picked it up like just a little over a week ago. Let me move this over. There you go. So it's called 2DDL, right? and it was I paid 29 bucks for it, and absolutely fantastic. And it's the only lighting actually in the game. Everything else is pretty much pre-lit at this point. But let me tell you what, let me bring up a level here so you can get a better sense. So here you go, bring up there you go. So this is what I'm talking about, right? If I can get it selected. Yeah, there you go. So it's just these nice little overlays, right? And they were just really easy to drop into place and get set up, and have some nice gradient fall off. And I love the ray trace kind of look, you know, when the characters go through it. And right now I have it kind of the default setting of 8 segments, right? Which I haven't even touched that, but I think that'll work fine. If you look closely, sometimes you can kind of see some jaggedness around the character, but let me mute that again. We already heard the sound effects, but I mean, I love that. You know, oops. Let me put in God mode so I don't get totally stupid here. And oops, I lost my God mode. Uh-oh, I lost my God mode click. Oh, I have to look back into that for sure. But if I stay here, it's fine. But yeah, if you see what I'm talking about here, if you can pause. There. So like here, you can actually see the box kind of, and I understand why they do that, because they want it to go fast, right? So if they did this, because this Tribble here is actually a ton, like 20, 25 different little segments of fur, right? So if it tried to trace off of all those, it would just crush it. But by optimizing it and making a box, the downside is you get that little edge right there that kind of sticks out. But the plus side is that it's insanely fast, even on mobile. I have a like moderately old I got it a few years ago, Android tablet, and even then it was like pretty low end, and it's running 35 frames a second on that one. And I have a newer one, Samsung Tab 5e, and it's doing 60 perfectly. But it's so fast, no one will ever notice, I bet. That's exactly what I'm hoping for. That's exactly what I'm hoping for. You know, I mean, yeah, if you focus on it, you know, but here's the theory. If you're focusing on it, you're going to just start running into stuff, right? You need to focus on where he's going, right? You know, not that. So I think, like you said, you know, when it's in motion like this, you just notice those beautiful, you know, the way it's just shadowing, right? That volumetric kind of quasi look to it. I think that's just great. So yeah, but aside from that, there's absolutely everything else is already just pre-lit, pre-lit sprite stuff. So any shading or shadowing you see in there is courtesy of Daniel, my artist, who just did some fantastic work. And he was asking me, because I told him I was going to do that with like normal maps and that kind of stuff, and have some really cool 2D lighting in there to really show some depth to these characters. And he asked me, he's like, did you try and put it in? I said I tried, but I did that previous weekend, 2 weekends ago, might have been previous weekend, and honestly it just was going to pieces on me, right? It was just looking terrible. So at least for the moment, I'm just going to stick with this. And I mean, thanks to this little $29 plugin, I think that alone is just absolutely adding a fantastic amount to it right there. So so there you go. That is Tribble Troubles. And my goal is to take it to San Diego Comic-Con, hopefully talk to some press, hopefully get some interest in the game in the early days, and come back and go to town and keep working, and ideally get the game out, like the postcard says, in the beginning of 2020. You know, it's just a matter of implementing all those new worlds and just getting all the animation put together for it. So, yeah. So that's it. Let me close that. Let me go. I got a calculator up for some reason. I have no idea what a calculator is for. So let me close these guys and my button. So that's gonna be kind of fun. So I ordered like 1,000 of these, and it was like 30 bucks, which is not bad at all. Excuse me. And the cool thing is the banner. Oh, and then I have like the cabinet. I'll load that up as well. I have the arcade cabinet, right? So I have these beautiful arcade cabinets. I'll show these. Why not? It's solutions. There you go. So you got these beautiful little cabinets. Yeah. Similar to this, right? So you have these little arcade cabinets, and then, you know, they just come flat, and then you just piece them together, and they go together pretty quickly, right? And then you get some just cabinet art to put on the sides of it. So that was the other thing I was doing too. So if we look at like the marquee, yeah, I'll load this up. There you go. So then this will be the marquee that'll sit on the top of the cabinet, right? So hopefully it's a big, you know, attention getter. So I got that along with side art. There you go. So I just got this, and I'm gonna cut this out probably. So like so. Excuse me. So I have that on the side, and then yeah. So hopefully it'll be an attention getter. I actually have T-shirts. I have a couple of T-shirts made up too, that have this on the T-shirt as well. But the nice thing is the company I have doing the banner, as well as the table print and the side art is all located locally, so I can actually just go by and pick it up, which saves me some serious bucks on the shipping for sure. So that's it. That is where the weekend went to. That is why, if we look at this, I made no headway on this because I was so busy trying to get all that other crap put together. But there you go. All right. So now I guess at this point we're in good shape with the outlines for this. I could go to the trouble of doing outlines for all these buttons, but I don't think I really want to bother with that because this is all temp, and if I just have these guys doing like flashing, right? If I do 2 versions of each of these little guys, I guess I should combine these now. Tell you what, version up on this bad boy, and then I'll start flattening some of these guys. Merge layers. Yeah, just like this. And then what I'm going to do ultimately is come back and just do 2 versions of these buttons, right? And just have them like semi-transparent. And I could just like, on the main menu, just have them flicker randomly. Alright, so I'm just going to merge each one of these. I did them separately just so in case I screwed stuff up, you know, it was easier to correct. But at this point, they're in pretty good shape, so I can just do this. Layers. And I think the buttons are actually just 1. Yeah, they're like little gumdrop guys. So yeah, this is me just banging the stuff out really fast. Do that correct? Yeah. All right. Merge layers. Merge. Almost there. Merge. There you go. One more. Done. Alright. So then, if I go ahead and knock these, boom, that takes everyone out. Okay, good. So now I have my background. And yeah, I mean, this really doesn't address like multiple aspect ratios. This is really kind of hard-coded to, I believe, 16:9. Let's see, image size. 1920 by 1080. So it's a 177 aspect ratio. But yeah, at least for San Diego, it's good enough for right now. I'll just have to make sure that the edges work for the background that I'm going to do for the level stuff, but we'll get that figured out in a second. Alright, so I'm going to save this as PNG. Excuse me. And then go, I guess I could actually make an atlas, couldn't I? That would actually be kind of smarter if I take all the other buttons and put them in a single atlas. I think I'll do that. And I'll just call this main menu by itself since it's the PNG and not the PSD. Alright. So then what I want here is, let's see. Let's see. I guess what I could do is just make a new one. 1920 by 1080. Drop this out, drop this out. There you go, and just move these guys over like so. There we go. And then at this point, I can take these guys out of the grouping. Take that away. Alright, let me make sure all the buttons are there. Yep, looks like we're all good. Alright. And if I want to be a good boy, I could actually try and place them better to make better use, so I can make it more like a power of 2 kind of image, but I don't care that much. Let's see. Yeah, if I bring these down, it's just gonna, yeah, it's just gonna split the difference, so Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's worth. I think it's just easier just to leave it like it is and just split it, and then it'll scream that it doesn't like the fact that it's not power of 2. But since this is going to be placeholder, I'm not going to worry about doing it properly. I'll just leave it kind of arbitrary for right now, and I'll let Unity split them up into separate sprites, like so. Okay. Or actually, wait. I guess I could be using GUI. Huh. And then GUI doesn't really separate them. Crap. I might have to do these individually. Alright, let me think for a second. Yeah, I think that's actually going to be the smarter play. Crap. I'm going to have to save each one of these stupid buttons separate. Not what I want to do, but it'd be better in the long run. So let me do that. Really? How did I select the green one? That's not what I was trying to... That's weird. Let's see. Yeah, all these buttons are the same, so I guess I can just do one of the green ones. Call it buttons. PNG. Call it green round button. How about this? Do it first. Round button green. Done. I wish you could make Photoshop make a new image without a background automatically. I always hate that, but yeah. Alright, so this would be orange. This one's going to go a little faster because there's only one pose for these guys. Whereas these buttons, I have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for them. Alright, so then I'll start at the top here. And this would be red. Yeah, having to do this, like I said, because I'm going to use GUI just to handle these buttons. And, if I was just using Unity sprites, I could let the sprite editor slice it up for me. But I guess I don't have that option. I don't think there's any way to make use of a sprite editor sliced up in GUI. So I'm just going to do it this way. And this is pink. I guess that's pink, isn't it? Like so. Okay. And then blue. I keep doing that, don't I? Keep forgetting how to use Photoshop correctly. Like so. Alright. And then I guess I don't have a blue yet. Alright, go away. And then green, I'm just going to let that green serve as the same one. So let me just do this yellow and I'll be done with the round buttons. And for those of you that know Star Trek, you can kind of see where I'm going with this. You know, it has that classic original series kind of look. They always had those beautifully colorful, kind of goofy square and round buttons that people kind of press randomly. No, there was a method to the madness. I mean, they knew which buttons they were pressing, right? Yellow. Okay. Alright, so for this one, I'm going to get a little sneakier. No, actually, I don't have to. No, I forgot. It's not unified, so I can go copy, new, call this? PNG. Square left 1. Just do it in a row, just simpler. Copy, new, paste. Get rid of the stupid background that I don't want. So this is where I left 2. So I just enumerate these rather than the colors. I'll just do this way. Like that. Three. And then, of course, 4. All right, so that takes care of those first 4 over there. Oh, someone just hit me up on oh yeah. Someone sent me up on Discord, but has nothing to do with the show, so I'll look at it later. Not on my channel. It's a different one. Do you guys that are on Discord, do you guys like keep all the notifications turned on, or do you like start turning them off over time? All right, so this is square middle. That's good. And then square middle 2. Home stretch. Oops, if I could get the right one. 2. All right, 3 more, and then we're done with this boring stuff. All right. And square right 1. There's 1. All right, only 1 more. Almost there. Stay on target. Ooh, there it is. Done. Done. All right. So let me double check. Okay, that should be everybody. So at this point, in theory, we should be able to drop ourselves into Unity and start adding this stuff in. Okay. Let's do that. Let's go over to Unity. And yeah, I'm in 16:9 right now. That's good. Let me clean up some of this stuff. Still using the Corgi plugin for the character controls, and the way it does the input can be kind of finicky. And actually, I don't need to remark these. I could just kill these guys. You can't really adjust on the fly, and I was having some issues, but that's not anything I care about. And all right, I'll leave the aspect ratio stuff there for a second. Yeah, right now I got it hard coded to only handle, 177 or a, smaller aspect ratio. I'm gonna have to adjust this to make it dynamic, so it'll handle pretty much any variation that comes across, but not before San Diego Comic-Con. I'll worry about that later. All right, so tell you what, let's go new scene. Save. I don't know what I did, but okay, I'll save it. Just be safe. All right. All right. Ooh, I need a new drink. Don't blow up. Oh, no, no, no. Come on. Seriously? There it goes. Nope, nope. Still blowing up. Way too much effort. Okay. So let's start off with a new. Let's go. Actually, no. Let me go ahead and bring the stuff in first. We'll say create folder. Let's go GUI temp, because I am going to replace this stuff. Let's go Z, images, GUI, main menu, like so. Yeah. Just drag all these guys in. And these guys I can put in an atlas. Maybe I could do all of them. Let's see. Let's go new. Yeah. Excuse me. Not fonts. Atlas. Excuse me, sorry about that. Temp GUI. Temp GUI main menu. Alright, let's see how much of a beast that is in terms of size. Let's go over here. Menu. Yeah, it's 2K by 2K. I figured that was going to be a beast. Could actually shrink that main menu down. No, I guess I'll leave it as is. Alright. So, let's go in GUI, create, hello, sprite. And then it creates all the camera stuff, and we're good. Alright, hit snap, and it jumps. Way too big. Let's see. Alright, not bad. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. And then if the game screen is popping up back there and you see the Tribble Troubles name, yeah, I think I'll do it that way. So, let me bring up my reference. Go to this guy. Just gonna sneak him right up to the side over here. Off screen for you guys, but oh shoot, I forgot. Photoshop minimizes everything when you minimize it. Okay, good. So now I can start dropping some buttons into place. Let me hide the camera. Oh, try that again. Really? Main camera. Really? Okay. Fine, I'll add it to him. Create sprite child. In this case, we'll start off with the blue button, this guy. Whoa! There we go. Let's see, is that right? Yeah. That's, oh no, I had it like breaking here. Like so. Actually, I guess I can come up here. Do it that way. Nope. Won't let me select. Alright. So next be the yellow. kind of offset it like I had in the original. Oh, actually I need not too far, otherwise it's kind of off of the wait, why are you not letting me select them? Thank you. Like so. All right. Go orange. It's right about here. I'm just making it kind of haphazard. I just want it to look imperfect. Green I had a little higher up, like that. Good. Okay. Scenes. Main menu. Temp. There we go. Okay. So let's add some round buttons. Snap. Yep. Orange. Oops. Control D didn't register that time. This guy. Then blue. Like that. Red. Yeah. Yellow. And then kind of do that green again. All right, and let's do the buttons up top. What I'll do is I'll just go ahead and reselect one of these guys. So that should make this size work the right way. Just in case. Yeah. Had these guys a little further down, I think. Yes, it's amazing how much time you end up spending just prepping for a convention. This one in particular, because I'm dealing with Tribbles, I'm making a lot more effort to get everything in place, especially in terms of like talking to press and that kind of stuff. And it's just, man, you completely underestimate how much of a time sink that becomes. So, I mean, I still gotta like comprise all the emails to everyone and try and get them interested in coming and check it out. That's right. Child. Snap. Like so. Excuse me. All right. Almost done. Got the purple and light blue. There. So that now kind of looks like my Photoshop version, more or less. Everything's pretty much in the same place there. All right. And then what I'll do is probably just do a short script for just slap on each one of these buttons and just tell it to like blink at its own pace, so everyone will be kind of distinct. All right. All right, if you're asking me why I keep putting the cap back on every time I drink, it's because I'm clumsy. And I like my computer to be drink free, so that's a simple answer. Okay, so let's write a script. Let's go to scripts. Go here, create. We'll call it Main menu, flashing buttons, and I didn't capitalize. And I don't want it to yell at me, so I will fix that here. Electrolytes is what computers crave. Nice. Yeah, I don't know, man. I doused my phone in a giant vat of electrolytes the other day, and it was not happy. Let's see. Alright, did I correct that? No, I didn't. That's what computers crave. Idiocracy. Man, what a fortuitous film, right? I mean, Office Space was brilliant. And actually, Idiocracy, I don't know. I thought it had such great potential. I think Idiocracy, the first 10 minutes, is just brilliant comedy. But I kind of feel like the whole movie is like one giant punchline that just kind of takes a little long to get through. But, I mean, yeah, as soon as you get Terry Crews in a movie, you automatically get a point in my book. But, making Terry Crews president, that was just too cool. I mean, who doesn't love Terry Crews, man? When he played Chris Rock's dad, and everybody hates Chris. I mean, that was such against character for him, right? Normally, he's just like the super scary tough guy, but he's the dad with a gentle heart that still scares the crap out of you when he gets mad. All right, so let me focus here. Let's go. Surprise field. I guess what I want is the sprite. UI sprite. I'm using GUI, so that's the command for that. Button. Right. Yep, that should be good enough. And then say pool light on. Okay, and I think that, oh, and then timer, I guess. Next light, then float. Light duration. That should be all I need for this guy. I'll put that all together. Why not? All right, so then we start with the start, and then let's go int on equals random range 0 2. You know what? Actually, I don't have to do a variable, do I? That's kind of overkill. Totally overkill. Equals 0. And false. You know what? I don't even do that because it defaults to false, so I could just do as 1 and say true. Since that's just that one line command, I'm gonna make this all nice and tight on here, like so. All right, so that handles the light, and that's not necessary. And let's go. Next light is equal to I'm gonna say half a second to 2 seconds. I'll start with 1.5. No, I'll start with 2. I'll see how it looks when they're all kind of beeping and blinking and bleeping and beeping. Obscure Airplane 2 reference there from the great William Shatner. I mean, it only seems right that I would quote a line from an obscure William Shatner movie when working on a Tribbles video game, right? Okay, so that covers him, and then light duration, and I'm just gonna set this up once because I want it to sort of like just go at its own pace, steady pace, and just keep going that way for forever. So I think for him, 2.5. That should be enough. Oh, come on. Fix update. Okay, so, oh, you know what? I gotta do this, don't I? Plus time. Rim? Time. Come on! I so can't type. Look at that. That's just terrible. Alright. Time is greater than next light. Like so. Then do something about it. Hey, Dad with melons. Hey, what's going on? Anyone here looking to kiss my neck? Uncle of 4? Okay. I'm not sure where that's going, but that's a little weird. Welcome. Definitely the strangest entrance in the door that I've seen, but welcome nonetheless. How's it going? Yeah, that is. Wait, hold on. Let me put my dictionary. Look up random. Hey, look, posting right there. That's that's right on the definition of random. All right. 45-year-old uncle of 4. Say I'm uncle of 3. But no, you can leave my neck alone. I appreciate it, but yeah, thanks, no. All right, so next light. So if light, yeah, you win for strangest posting right there for sure. Welcome, by the way. Okay, if the light is on, then light goes off. Oh, sorry. He's throwing me now. I'm just like completely off. False. And then we will say Dad with Melons is now following. Thanks, man. I feel like I just read a Craigslist ad. No, you can't read that on Craigslist anymore. They banned that, don't you know? Oh, man. Dad with Melons, thanks for the follow, buddy. I appreciate that. Why do I get the feeling you're going to add some fun humor to this channel, huh? Welcome. All right, man. So if you're just joining me, Dad with Melons. So I'm actually working on a video game based on Tribbles. So if you're 45, you're like almost up to me. So you probably remember Tribbles from Star Trek, right? Big Koala, if you had to live the rest of your life only eating baby carrots or regular carrots, which one would you choose? Big carrots, because you could always shave the big carrots down to baby carrots when you're in the mood. So total win, right? If you want the big stuff, you go with the big carrots. If you want the baby carrots, just kind of like, there you go. So big carrots, man. You got the best of both worlds right there. I like carrots. Is there a right answer to that, by the way? Did I pass that test? I'm not sure if that was the right answer. Honestly, I can't answer that question. I'm too busy eating 2 pounds of pork in my boxer shorts while thinking of a guy what? Lovely curves? Dude, you're going into strange realms already, man. Okay. Yeah. Moving right along. Okay, so let's see. Button color is equal to let's go new vector 4. Want to email each other pictures of our feet dipped in mayo. Okay, this is just okay. Yeah. Alright, I can't remember if color is 255 or if it is 1. We'll just start with this and see where it goes. my tub is already filled with mayo. What are the odds? Okay. Oh, guys, you're killing me here. This is just... Oh. Okay. Can I add some foot cream into your tub? We can throw a baby pig in if it... and moan to each other. Alright, guys. Alright. Let's ratchet it down. That's just getting a little weird. Let's howl together like hungry wolves. Alright, guys. I think you got the wrong stream, guys. I think you definitely got the wrong stream here. Alright. I mean, I don't want to send you guys packing, but getting a little weird on me. Come on. It's how to get a, like... Oh, jeez. Is it me? I mean, is it me? Is this the stream where the guy compares his nipples to different US coins, asking for a relative? No, sorry, man. I think that one's under a different category altogether, right? See, and this is what happens, right? When I leave it under, like, you know, game development, right? You know, it's basically Disney PG, right? G-rated. I throw it under art for change, right? And I get this. So, yeah. Dad with Melons. Sorry, buddy, but no, not quite the right channel. Maybe not the one you're looking for. These aren't the streams you're looking for. Yeah, something tells me that's not gonna work for crap right there. Okay. Oh, I gotta advance either way. So then. Let's see. My friend's grandma is yearning for my... Oh, God. Alright, man. Yeah, please feel free to head out. That's, yeah. Appreciate the follow, but yeah, feel free to find yourself a more fitting stream than mine. Next light. You know what? I'll leave it that way and just do it this way. Yeah, how about them bears, man? Yeah, Beard Phantom. So I'm not the only one kind of going, wait, what? What? Alright. Just trying to make sure that I wasn't, like, having some, like, you know, embolism or something, and I'm just, like, misreading my screen. That's somewhere between, coarsely, Mickey and a Zoinks. Gorsh? Yeah. Zoinks? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And I'm just gonna go on a limb here and kind of guess that Big Koala and Dab of Melons may not be as separated as we think. Okay. So I think that's all I need. If I can actually try and focus on what I was trying to do in the first place. Try. Alright, can I don't remember offhand if I can actually do, like, multiple at the same time. Can I do this? Alright, did that actually go in all of them? Yeah, it did. Sweet. Alright, and I'll just do a drag and drop all these guys one at a time. I'll do the pain right now so that way I don't have to worry about it hunting it every time the game fires up. I'm always paranoid about that, of doing, you know, get component searches. Alright. Almost there. Froggy Sausage. I love shoes. I have 200 in my collection. And the hits keep coming. Okay. That is a fine number. 200 is a fine number. I think that's more shoes than I've owned in my lifetime, but yeah. Let's see. And now we got a Froggy Sausage follow. Okay, is this deja vu happening all over again? Thanks for the follow there, Froggy Sausage. They're all Crocs. Can't get enough of those bad boys. Okay. You know what? I think that says a lot right there. I think that speaks volumes. But yeah, thanks for that info. All right. Did I miss anybody? Let's see. 9. Good. So, in theory, if I fire this up, we should get blinking lights. If I did this right. There we go. Alright, and then I guess what I need is also to turn them off right there from the beginning. Is on. Okay, let me do it this way. So if that's... So that light is off. Should be false. There we go again. One time in high school, I was visiting my grandma. She put out what piece for the kitchen sent me. Shirtless. Hard choice is yours. I haven't had a Burger King sound since that day. All right. All right. I'm not sure because it's still daylight where I am, but are there parts of the world right now where it is very much a full moon? I'm just curious. Just curious. Alright, so we'll get these guys so if they're supposed to be 0, they'd be off, and then it starts that way. Good. So now a bunch of them should start in the off position. There he goes. There he goes. There is the quintessential classic Star Trek panel right there. That's a good start. Alright. So before this gets any stranger, since I got that in place, oh shoot, and that thing's gonna, that looks dope. Oh, thanks, man. Pretty simple, but effective, right? I mean, it's just the old classic Star Trek panel stuff. Let's see, do I care about this? So who's requesting it? UI camera. Oh, interesting. Alright, so I'm just gonna turn that off right now because I really don't care about that. See if that makes him happy now. Nope. Oh, that just totally pissed it off. Let's see. Okay, can't do it that way. A shout out for slurping down a whole tube of foot cream in a minute. So somebody knows how to change their usernames pretty quickly, don't they? Yeah. Alright, thank you, Froggy Sausage. Thank you for making today's stream the most interesting in a while. Alright. So then, I think if I just come back in here, root, if I turn off looking for the mouse, maybe that'll stop complaining. Let's see. Alright, so let me check what I did in the other one. I'll just match that one. Because the all my input configurations, when Corgi takes over, it kind of like wreaks havoc on it. So what are normally default inputs kind of get changed up sometimes. So let me bounce back into my other scene. Play, and then check what I did for this one. Oops. Camera. Yeah, just turn everything off but touch. Let's go. Camera. Knock those guys out. Like so. And now I should not get those errors anymore. No, it's still not happy. Wait, did I not save? Oh, didn't hit Control S. That would do it. Alright, so now it should run with no error messages. Well, those are coming not from me, but from Anima 2D. For whatever reason, keeps throwing a little goofy error. So that's not my fault. I'm not gonna worry about that one. So yeah, just a simple, quick little throw together. Not much time and effort spent on that, but I think it looks great for what I need for right now. Cool. All right. So having gotten to that point, I'll hit Control S, make sure I'm all saved up. Yeah. All right, guys, I'm gonna duck out for a quick restroom break. Hang tight, and I'll be right back. Oh, jeez. Please use my promo code on unclesandwich.com. All right. I think it's time. There you go. First time I've done that one. Thanks, man. Alright. Yeah, I think that was necessary. Okay, hang tight, man. I'll be right back. All right, and we're back. So that was a first. Yeah, I don't know about anyone else out there that's been doing any streaming stuff, but yeah, I've not had to implement that before. So that was kind of interesting. So, but it is just a timeout. You know, I'll give him 10 minutes and see if he comes back and behaves. I'm about to start soon, and now I'm prepared. You're about to start. Well, oh, start your own stream. Oh, okay, yeah. I've been doing it since October, right? I mean, so where are we at? Like, July. So I mean, well over 6, 7, 8 months at this point, and I've never had anyone kind of go that strange on me. So definitely a full moon somewhere. Wait. So about to start soon. You talking about doing your own stream, or what was that? Or you're prepared for Froggy Sausage's return? Oh, God. Yeah, that one kind of hit me out of the blue, man. That's. Oh, live streaming. Oh, sweet. So I mean, wait, you've done it before, or you're gonna start doing it for the first time now? Or does that mean like you got your own stream set and it's about time to go do it? Alright, so I'm gonna have to like set all that crap up again, aren't I? Cool. Well, tell me about what you're working on, man. The Beard Phantom. Give me an idea. You developing? I'm guessing probably Unity, Unreal. What you got going? If you want to share, feel free. Always like seeing what other people are working on. Sorry. So what I need to do is, so he's over there. So let me just go create 2D. And I haven't done this in a while, so I gotta remember how to do this stupid stuff again. Grid. Good. So I still have all this stuff pending. Oh crap! It's all in the middle. Let me put the. the GUI out of the way. Excuse me. So why can I not see the tile map? I'm in 2D. And I see nothing. I've been using Unity and making games since 2012. Hey, nice, nice. But I've been wanting to start streaming lately. Yeah, kind of same for me too. I'm working on a recreation of Nintendo's Breath of the Wild 2D prototype using Unity's new ECS framework. Oh, sweet. So let me ask you about that, because I mean I talked about that recently, right? I'm always skittish, you know. I mean, I've seen the ECS stuff, right? And the idea of what it's doing is fantastic, right? And the amount of crap that you can push through and have massive performance is really impressive. But my concern is Unity sometimes sort of like a little kid that gets like a new toy and they're like obsessed with it for 5 minutes, but then after 5 minutes they're bored and they just kind of like toss it over their shoulder. So my concern is that, you know, they're going to put all this time and effort into ECS, or I guess they call it dots now, right? They're going to put all that time and effort into dots and just kind of like wipe their hands of it and sort of like back away from it and maybe fall back on, you know, either OOP or something else. But I mean, that's the only kind of caveat to me of why I wouldn't sort of like start considering it at this point. And also because I'm a quasi crappy coder anyway, so I don't know if I want to go that route. Because I think if you don't do it right, you have the potential of screwing stuff up. Speaking of screwing stuff up, why am I not seeing underground tiles? Why am I not seeing the that's weird. I'm absolutely not seeing the layer on here at all. Alright, so wait, main camera is under... Why is that? Why did main camera... Wait, why did main camera get planted on UI root? Come on. Alright. In GUI sometimes does stuff when you start off a scene, it can do some weird things to you. So let's go, really? Everything's gonna be under... Oh no, it's not. It's under grid. No, it is separate. Okay. So main camera. This guy's gonna become main camera now. Yes. Good. Alright, and then actually before I do that, let me alright, so here's everything. And he's gonna be everything except UI. And we'll go depth. Really? So I've just totally lost camera. UI. Wow, really? That really bugs me about GUI, is that sometimes it like goes nutty on you and just completely butchers your camera stuff. Alright, let's try this differently. Main camera, and yeah, that's bizarre. I've just like, okay, maybe that's why. So main camera, there, finally got it separated. There he goes. Okay, shouldn't have been that hard, but okay. So that's interesting. Alright, so let's figure out what main camera. Let's take UI and throw him back out. Main camera, let's put him back here. Like so. Like that. Alright. Oh, I haven't done a bombing run lately, have I? Let me change that. Here you go. There you go. Everyone flies. There you go. Yeah, so, Beard Phantom, I mean, if you got anything you want to show, feel free, man. Unless it's, what was that, like Uncle's Sausage or whatever that was? That was weird, dude. It was really weird. Yeah, ECS is part of DOTS. Full disclosure, I actually work at Unity. Oh, so what I'll say is that DOTS and ECS are definitely not an experiment or a temporary thing. Oh, sweet. Okay. Well, that's absolutely encouraging. Okay, now that I completely put my foot in my mouth there. But I mean, you gotta be fair. I mean, you know, it's not like I'm completely talking sideways, because I mean, you know, well, GUI, there's been a few examples in the past where sort of like we committed in one way and then we sort of like lurched back another. But so that's cool. Okay, because I mean, I actually co-host the Unity user group here I'm in Las Vegas, right? And we've actually done a couple of demos where we've shown some of the stuff and talked about it. And I mean, so if it's definitely here to stay, then I will definitely make a better look at trying to implement it. I guess for what I'm doing right now, it's less of a concern because, I mean, using the 2D tile stuff, which by the way I do really enjoy now, the 2D tile stuff is, I mean, just making it so I have basically nothing in terms of, I mean, I like 25 draw calls, right? Which is just fantastic. So, oh, but that's cool, man. So 2012, yeah, I got started. Technically, I started playing in 2008, but I started going full time at 2010. Started off with a different game engine. Actually, moved over to Unity. I had like the old Mac editor version, but then moved over to PC once I came out, and been using it ever since. All right, so, and I'm still not seeing. Let's see, main camera. Why is main camera? Okay, that's why. Turn off UI and go skybox depth. There it is. Oh, but I still got. That's weird. Why my camera? So if I go play, yeah, it's fine. Yeah. That's spam. So the cool thing about moving from one part of the country to another is the obviously you move in a new area with a new zip code, or a zip code area code, right? So the funny thing is spammers try and hide the fact that they're spammers by using your area code off your phone. My area code is still LA. So whenever I get like a 323, right, which is, I mean, like cell phone in LA, and it's not an identifiable number that I know of someone, then I know it's basically bogus. And it is. They're all trying to, like, you know, it's all spam. Okay. So that's good. So now main camera, he's there. So if we turn grid and we turn grid on, we're still not seeing anything on grid. Why is that? Let's see. I moved from New Jersey to South Carolina to California. Wow, that's some moving right there. And now in Washington, so I get spam calls from all of those zip codes. Wow. So you went from Jersey to South Carolina to California to Washington. That's, I mean, that's quadruple culture shock, right? I mean, I grew up in Atlanta, so I mean, I have a sense of what that was like, and I went from Atlanta to LA for a bunch of years. But I mean, each one of those are very distinct kind of regions, right, in terms of culture and personalities and that kind of stuff. But yeah, that is kind of funny. Yeah, you see those, and it's like if it comes up with a number and no name, right, or no recognizable name, then you kind of go, yeah, swipe down, spammer, go away. Or if it's like someone that I missed, then fine, leave a message, and it's like, oh, okay, fine, I'll put you in there. All right, so tile map. Why am I not seeing anything? So if I do this and I go boom, maybe because I guess because I had it undone. So we do that. Let's come out of 2D for a second and figure out where the camera is. He's right there, and he sees nothing. Why is that? Let's see. Main camera. I do want orthographic, but he should be seeing. Huh. Everything. Unless I got. Oh, there it is. Really? So what was I missing? Default? Oh, okay. I had tiles set up on default. No wonder. All right. Need to change that anyways, and that should be platform. If I can find platform. There it goes. I moved from New Jersey because it's the black hole of game development. Got my first studio job in South Carolina, then upgraded to California, but got the Unity offer and wanted to get out of the Bay Area. Oh, jeez. Yeah, man. I moved to Seattle area, which, I mean, still is not the cheapest, but, I mean, I gotta believe Seattle is insanely more affordable than San Fran, right? I mean, that's a beautiful place, but, yeah, I mean, that was my main reason. I mean, I moved out of LA. Seattle is about 30% cheaper in terms of cost of living. But that was the same factor for me. I mean, I've been doing animation. I'm sorry, everyone that knows this too much, but I've been doing animation for 20 years, and I was doing animation in LA. But when I started doing game development, and I wanted to go into that full time, you know, I packed up and moved off. My wife and I moved off to Las Vegas just to live cheap. And after 7 years here in Vegas now, dude, I'm home, man. It is so much more affordable here, right? You know, allows me to take the occasional animation job and just keep plugging away on all of this game dev stuff. So, happy kind of guy right now. All right, so I guess what I need is camera, main camera. Let me pull this down. No, I guess it's okay where it is. But what I need to do is change my size here, so. Like so. That should be pretty good. I'm not sure why preview is going nuts on me. Alright. Go -20. That's good enough. Where have you worked in the past as an animator? Most of my bread and butter, most of my time was spent at a studio called Zoic Studios. But I've worked at Digital Domain. I worked at Rhythm and Hues. Mainly the commercial side. I've been television and commercials. 2 years ago, I was working at Encore up in Burbank at the Deluxe building. I did that for 6 months. And a couple of smaller shops, but those are probably the most famous, at least in terms of name. But yeah, mostly, like I said, mostly commercials, television shows, and occasional video game animation stuff. Most recently, I worked on the third and final season of Santa Clarita Diet. I got to animate Mr. Ball Legs. So, if anyone out there actually watches Santa Clarita Diet, which is actually a very funny show, by the way, that really hits me in my kind of sense of humor. But if you ever come across that show and you watch season 3 and you see Mr. Ball Legs, that would be me. That was my handiwork. Most recently. Let's see. Alright, so I think that's going to be okay. I guess I should get the background in there, shouldn't I? Let me do that. Alright, so let me come back here to images, underground, background blurred. Yeah, there it goes. Zero that out. So, hope that answers your question. I love doing it. I absolutely love doing animation, but it was a situation where it's just, you know, the longer I went, the harder it got to chase the work, you know, and then, you know, the younger kids would come along and, you know, would work cheaper, and, you know, it's just, when I started doing the game development and that became a possible plan B, I kind of went in that route. But I'm in a very fortunate situation. I still get some occasional animation jobs that help subsidize the game development, so very happy about that. Alright. So shrink that down a little bit. Maybe not that much. I'll leave like that for right now, and we'll see. So I think I normally have this set up for like 20 total. So let me figure out what 20 looks like on this thing. Find a good example here. Go to 2D. I don't know where my grid went. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's good enough. That's pretty awesome career you've had thus far. Oh, thanks. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I mean, yeah, excuse me. I got to work on a ton of TV shows that I was actually a pretty big fan of, and you know, the game stuff I've been doing for 10 years now, and then now to get the chance to actually make a video game based on Tribbles, right? All licensed from Star Trek is just, yeah, just more awesome. Just totally cool. Alright, let me clean this up. Alright, so then that's that way. You know what? Actually, I may just go closer on this. Yeah, it's funny. A friend of mine was giving me grief the other. Actually, I guess it was a few weeks back. The fact that I never really bothered to update my IMDb page, right? So it took me like a full day to go through and kind of like dig out all the different shows and stuff I worked on. But so my IMDb page for like the last almost 20 years has had like a handful of items on there, but I flesh it out. So now it went from like, you know, a list like this big to like now it goes on for a while. That's one of the fun things about working on episodic television, is that the stuff turns around so fast that, you know, just in a short amount of time, you actually have this really nice collection of stuff that you've worked on. Alright, so, tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to come in here. Yeah, just kind of like this. Alright. Wish I remember why I don't have the grid. I know it's just something I forgot to add to it, which is why I'm not seeing the grid, but I'm just being too lazy. Since it's just a quick, simple little mashup right here, I'm not going to worry about it too much. But, I'm going to zoom in on this as well. Okay. So, oops. Oh, that's one I already did, isn't it? Where's my other guy? Oh, here he is. So, tell you what. Start with this guy and just go across. That's what I normally do. And then kind of come back in and paint these guys in like so. Like that. Grab this guy. Drop him in a couple of spots. There. Good. Alright, now do the same for the top side. I was just thinking it'd be pretty dope to have an IMDb page. Then I remembered that I just barely squeezed onto one of the first games I ever made. Yeah. Well, that's cool that so you did manage to get listed on it then, right? I mean, because that's one of the problems for VFX artists, is just virtually never getting credit for the stuff I actually worked on. Most of the time I have to just sort of like, you know, slap it on there. You know, at least in terms of visual effects, you know, maybe the supervisor, you know, he'll get his name in there in the credits, but the lowly, you know, artist or animator, nah. No. I mean, I can't remember a TV show that I ever did get listed. Movies, yes. Movies I've gotten listed on. But no, for TV shows, basically never. So, what was that game though? If you don't mind mentioning it. Is that something you can mention, or no? Excuse me. There you go. Hector. 2015. Cool. Nice. Okay. Yeah, so programmer? Yeah. There you go. Other crew. Nice. Alright. I'll return the favor. There you go. So this is mine. That's all the stuff I've worked over. Going... How far back does it actually go? Yeah. It goes all the way back to 2002, but I actually worked on some stuff before then as well, but some of it just never saw light of day. And and you know, some of it's just smaller scale, but but yeah, I've actually been doing animation for more than that since before 2002. Let's see. All right, let's go. There he is. Yeah, I think I'll just kind of wall it off here, like so he can't get away. Because this one's gonna be kind of quirky. This is not gonna be human controlled. This is gonna be computer controlled, and I'm not sure how this is gonna work, if it's gonna work. So right now I'm just gonna literally kind of fence him in here. All right, is my camera offset? No, it's just the tiles. Grid. I'll just shift it a little bit like that. All right, so now that I have that, I can shrink this down a little bit. Let's go back around. All right, how much can I do that? I'll push it a bit. Duplicate and put it right there. There you go. Pretty big credits here. 14 episodes of The Flash. Nice. What'd you do on Halo 3? If you could talk about. Absolutely, yeah. So I didn't work directly with I didn't work for Bungie. I worked at that company I told you about, Zoic Studios. We were hired to actually do some of the cutscene animation stuff. But yeah, so there's little bits here and there. It's kind of sad because we actually did a couple of big sequences that ended up on the cutting room floor, right? And they just ended up doing like cutaways to spaceships and just doing voiceover work, and you know, instead of showing the stuff we did. But little things here and there, like what was it called? One Final Push, right? Which is sort of like towards the end of the game. There's one where Master Chief gets picked up, and you know, the captain like taps him on the shoulder, and then turns around and starts walking away, and then the ship kind of flies away from us as we're watching it go. Little things like that. I'd have to go back and think about it. It's been a while, which is funny because actually Halo 3 was when I first started working on my very first video game. So I was getting my paid job was Halo 3 by day, and then I'd go home and work on what was my first game called Poker with Bob at night, when I was just experimenting, just to see if I could actually just make video games, you know, as a job, you know, or if I could just get something out the door. So then it was more of just an experiment. So it was a casual nights and weekends 2-year process. But yeah, back in the day. And then yeah, so Flash, that was during the Gorilla City phase. You know, I worked on a bunch of stuff during that one. Also a bunch of stuff because that was a company called Encore. So I was working on a combination of Flash, Supergirl, and Legends of Tomorrow, all at the same time, kind of just ping-ponging between the different shows. But that's fun. But with episodic television, man, it's always a rush, you know, because you got to get stuff out the door yesterday, you know. But it is fun. I had a great time, and as a matter of fact, I went back for E3. I went back to LA to go visit E3, and I flew into Burbank Airport and actually walked over to the Encore building and met up with some of my old friends there. So I miss that, man. I don't miss the crunch. I don't miss the pressure necessarily, but I miss working on the show, but I actually miss the people more. I mean, there's some great people over there at Encore, and yeah, I had a great time over there. Let's see. And it was great to just, yeah, it was just a brief stay, but it was great just to hang out with some of them and say hello again. Let's see. This guy? No, I just did that one, didn't I? This one. No, that was that. Okay. Get myself confused. Alright, like that. That's good. That should break it up. You know what? Actually, just to kind of follow the same style, I think I will do the same up here. Like that. Excuse me. So yeah, I was really fortunate. I mean, I moved to LA in 2000, and it was honestly, it was a little, I don't know, it was a lot easier to get work back then, because animation was still in a slightly simpler kind of state, I think. So it was easier to just walk in the door and say I'm an animator, and people go, oh, okay, cool. Right, you know. There was no such thing as schools back then, so I mean, I was all self-taught on pretty much all the stuff I did. But yeah, it's a different, absolutely different world now. That's the same one, isn't it? Let me break that up. Nope, that's the wrong one. This one. There it goes. Okay, just trying to avoid having a repetitious pattern there. All right, do the same for up here. Like so. Yeah, there it goes. So we got ourselves a nice little space in there. On that first game you worked on the side, was that also Unity? Actually, it wasn't, because back then Unity was, I mean, we're talking all the way back in 2008, right? Unity was Mac only, and I had a really crappy Mac Mini, so that wasn't really an option. So my first game, Poker with Bob, was actually written in Shiva Stone Trip 3D. It's a funky game engine, which technically is still around, and it's still in like version 1.9. Yeah, all right, yeah, exactly. But yeah, then what happened was I ended up at GDC the following year. There was a company called, like, what was it, Planet 3 or Design 7 or something like that, that had tutorials, and they had a drawing for a pro license of Unity, and I won the drawing. So that was like, okay, I get it. Yeah, that was like nature telling me, you know, dude, switch back over to Unity. And at that point, Unity had, you know, switched to PC, so that was an option. And I've been using Unity ever since. And the Poker with Bob that is now in the store, available in the store for iOS and Android, was rewritten in Unity as well. So basically all my games now are all Unity, and everything I'm working on and in the future will be Unity. You know, I'm just too comfortable with it now. So let's see. Yeah, I think that'll be good enough. So if we have, let's see. Okay, so let's try and do this. Let's see if I screwed anything up here. Tile map. Platform. Okay, so that's good. And then we need to do tile map 2D collider, and then composite collider, and switch that to his trigger used by effector, right? So I'm still not seeing the tiles on that. That's kind of scary. Oh, because I turned the gizmos off, isn't it? There it is. That's where I screwed up. I'm blaming Unity. It's because I hid the gizmos. All right, so I did this wrong, didn't I? It's used by effector. Is trigger 2D composite. What did I forget? See, look at this. I stopped using something for like a couple of days, and I completely forget how to do it. Remove. Let me start over. Remove and remove. I have to get going. I'm definitely catch you the next time you're streaming. Thanks, man. I'm here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, starting, well, we're both at the same, so 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And yeah, dude, Beard, thanks for coming by, man. And good luck being up there in Washington. You know, I hope that goes well for you up there. You know, hopefully we can cross paths if you get to go to any of those Unity events. I'll definitely, you know, we have to say hello. But yeah, in the meantime, man, thanks for swinging by, and hope you can make it again Wednesday, Friday, Monday. I'm here until Comic-Con comes up, and then I'm going to be a ghost for a few days. But thanks, man. Thanks for swinging by. Thanks for the conversations, for sure. Okay, so then I was doing this kind of right, and then I screwed it up. So let's try this. Let's go. So we start off with tile map 2D collider. So far, so good. right? And then we want to combine it into one. So we say composite collider, right? Oh, and then we got to take rigid body, make it static so it doesn't float down to the ground. And then use by vector. No, this one. Use by composite. There it is. Hey, 5th time is the charm. There it is. So now we like zap this down so it's just one giant object. Alright, so now next question is my player character actually an honest god prefab that's all clean and saved right now? Let me check that. Come back into gameplay. Check this guy. Player. Let me see if there's any. Yeah, there's a few things there. So I'm going to go apply all. Really? Player script. So what did not save there? Say override. Player controller script. Is that not in the prefab? Player controller script. Oh, is it just some settings in there? Maybe that's what it. Let me check that. Player controller is just this guy. I say apply. Yeah, okay, fine. I can live with that. Everything else looks saved. Good. Okay, so let's bounce back. Right? Save. Yeah, what the heck. So, prefabs. Hey, where's my player? Where'd I have him stashed? Oh yeah, he's in prefab. I just missed him for some reason. Whoa, he's a little big. A little big. Okay. Interesting oxymoron there. Okay, so I guess what I could do is I could either shrink him down or bring the grid up. I'd prefer to bring the grid up, I believe. Tile map. That's all one. So if I go 5, 5. Whoa. No. 2, 2. 2. That looks closer. Now we just have to adjust the camera. Bring that out. I have to fix the background, of course. About like so. That's good. All right. That's good. Player like that. All right. And of course, this I'm gonna have to blow up a little bit. Oh. Oh shoot. All right. I'll parent him. There we go. Cool. All right. So if I hit save and I hit play, what do we get? He lands on the ground. Look at that. Oh, you know what? Okay, this just occurred to me. So originally I was going to have like the AI, right? But I think it'd be kind of cool if I just have it like this and you have to jump up and start the game manually. Like there's a play button here. That's not a terrible idea, I think. It just automatically kind of puts you in the mode that you're controlling things. So, having said that, let me go main menu, camera, controller. Make sure I get the right one. I did. All right. Hello. All right. Let me create a game object. Put it where he is. Move him back out. Parent him. Call it camera controller. Like so. Good. So now camera should actually follow. Oops. All right, we can do that offset. Like so. It's kind of cute. I actually like that idea. That's kind of nice. Boom, boom. Yeah, and then you'll have to, I'll force it where you have to actually jump up and to hit play. Let's see. I'll leave this open like that. And then, alright, just as a test, I'm going to start off with just like this. No, let me do it the other way around. Take the player, move him down, and add like so. Ooh, that's gonna be too tight, isn't it? Alright, since I'm scrolling, I don't have to worry about making the size of the screen, so... No! Jerk. There. Yeah. Cool. That's fun. I wasn't even thinking in those terms, but now that I see it, I think that'd actually be a nice little touch. That you have to play just to start the game. I mean, once again, this is just for demo purposes for San Diego Comic-Con. So, I mean, this will change for the real game, but I think just as an introductory kind of thing, I think it'd be kind of cool. It's kind of fun when stuff evolves, like from what you first have in your head, and ends up being better. Yeah, so then I have like a little button here that says play. Oh, I gotta fix the background texture. Oh, you know what I could do? I'm gonna get sneaky. I'm gonna just take this, I'm just gonna parent it to the camera. So that's gonna stay fixed. Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to adjust that. Ah, I am gonna have to scroll it, aren't I? I don't want to get that complicated, but I need to. Because I want the background to move independently. Okay. Well, I'll worry about that in a second here. Let's duplicate him. There you go. So now I don't have to worry about that one. Yeah. Okay. So, simplest thing is let me come back to my original game and borrow my code for that. I think I have it under game controller. I think that's what's driving the background offset. So let's go into scripts, game controller. Nope. Okay, maybe it's not. Oh, tile manager. That's it. Let's see. Or, no, level. Call it level manager. There we go. Background tiles. Bingo. See if that changes things now. Okay, kind of, but still no. Alright, so edges we don't care about. Alright, we have to move everything over for it to behave correctly. So I'll tell you what, I'm just going to clone the script rather than mess with it. Call it main menu, level manager. There. So then I can just go nuts here. Just change that value on the fly, hopefully get a better result here. Nope. Let's see. 50? Or is that the wrong way? Nope. 2. Oops. I'm still not. Okay. Let's just go nuts. Go 8. No. Why? 8 times. That should be a bigger number, so that should be going bigger. 20. Oh, I didn't switch it, did I? I didn't change the script, so that's when I'm getting the funky numbers. Alright, so let me come back to this guy. Yeah, level manager, so remove and say main menu level manager. There we go. Alright, player I don't think I care about anymore. But background. I'm gonna unparent that. Like so. Alright, now we're in good shape. Alright. And then also the X I can worry about here is, just say it's -6. And then now we can start messing with this number. There we go. That's what I was shooting for. Alright, and then speed, I'm going to change that. 4. Because we're tighter, right? I have a smaller play field here. So I want the camera to follow it. I mean, it's not like the player can get any damage in here, but I just prefer it to be a little cleaner. So then I put a little start right here, a little play. And it'll be fun because it's almost like the very first puzzle. It'll be out of frame here, but they'll kind of mess with it and they kind of go, oh, interesting, right? But this ties into the whole thing that, so the Tribble starts on the spaceship, but then gets caught and beamed down to the planet. So it's almost like they're viewing the screen with the Tribble beamed down there. So it's kind of cute. Kind of ties into the game. Alright. So let's finish painting this up. Still not sure what happened to my grid, but I can live without it, I guess. Fix these guys up. You know what? Actually, I guess I can do it this way. Do the corners. Do the smooth edge corners. Just make sure the player gets a chance to get up there as easily as possible. Like that. I'm going to go up a couple. Oh, excuse me. That'd be good. All right. All right. Then I'll drop some stuff in here in a second. Clean that up. That's good. Let me just roof this off like that. All right. So, yeah, it's kind of cool. I think what I'm going to do is, it requires 2 jumps, but I think instinctually, if you hit this and you're not jumping, I think you're going to want to hit it a second time and immediately go, oh, he can jump twice. So I think that's sort of like your first tutorial without actually doing a tutorial. Alright, so now my next thought is the fact that I wanted Tribble Troubles to be like on the screen there, but I guess just put it anywhere. Let me import that in. Might as well stick it in there right now. Logo text. All right. Images. Yeah, I'll put it in this one. Right, I'm definitely going to shrink him down. Yeah, he's monstrous right now. Start with 256 and see if I have to scale him back up again. Atlas Maker, and I'll put it in this one. Yep. And GUI's quirky, but once you get used to it, I actually really do like the tool. Alright, so let me come out to here. Create sprite child. In this case, he's going to be called that one. Snap. He's a little small, isn't he? Yeah, just kind of have it sitting right off to the side. That's kind of cute. I think that worked fine. All right, and I think I'm going to change that 256 back up to 512. Right, and then update. Hopefully that doesn't break the 2K by 2K. Hopefully it squeezes in. It should squeeze in there. Yeah, good. So, good. Just makes it a little clearer. A little cleaner. Whoa. Oh, we didn't... Okay, we didn't scale anything, did we? Let's do that right now. Let's go. Unified. Really? Let's start. That's interesting. Oh, alright, so I've lost that. Okay. Constrained, 1287.20. Ah, jeez. That just like broke all of... Okay. Tell you what. Alright, we'll scale up and scale back down. Alright, that should be good. Now everyone has to get scaled back down to fit. Oh, but everyone's in the wrong spot now. Alright, I'm gonna get sneaky here. So what we're gonna do, make a little invisible widget. Child. Call it button group and just throw everybody onto there. So I can do a quick scaling and they'll stay in the same position. Yeah, just like that. There we go. Oops. 5, 5, 1. And we're good. So now, yep, just snaps. Perfect. There we go. Check it out. So that's cute. Then I even not what I had in my head at all, but actually kind of a cute touch. It's sort of like, almost reminds me of sort of like what was it? Commander Keen, the original Commander Keen, or Major Havoc, where you kind of have like the little game in the game kind of thing. You know, just let people kind of mess around with it. You know, and then as soon as they hit the play, boom, then they're gonna jump into the actual game. I like that. Okay, so let me think what else I need to do here. Alright, so that's good. Tell you what, turn off the gizmos. Let me just turn off that stupid camera. Cameras are so, maybe I can shrink it down. How about that? There. That's more palatable. Control S. I have not saved lately. That's always smart. Alright. So I've got about a half hour to go. But I'm going to do one more restroom break and come back and try and finish this up. See if I can integrate it. But let me just check this real quick. If I unmute this. There you go. So I might have like little nice soft casual music, background music for this scene, as opposed to the exciting up-tempo that we have later on in the game. Oh dude, I'm actually really happy with this. This is actually kind of cool. Yeah. I mean, how can you not like figure it out? I actually have a little display on the arcade cabinets that'll show all you have is left, right, and then the A button just to jump. Cool, I like that. All right. So I'm going to step away just for a quick second, do a quick restroom break, come back and finish up, see if we can get this fully implemented before I run out of time at 6. All right, hang tight guys, I'll be right back. Alright, and I'm back. Home stretch here. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do is make a little word with play, right? Have that jump out here, so that's all good, that's all good. Alright, let's just do new, and keep this one small. 256 by about 128. Do new. Background goes away. Tell you what, better yet, let me just borrow what I've already done with the others. Logo text. Yeah, I'll just borrow one of these. Yep, you're gonna have to adjust this big time, but I'll do that in a second here. Image, canvas size, 2%. It's gonna be like 500. May not be enough. No, it's still not enough. All right, it's close, but canvas size, percent, 150. Nope, still not enough. Oh, come on. Yeah, right. So let's change that. Canvas size, percent, 125. There. All right. And we'll just say play. Let's go orange. Kind of match the palette of what's playing in the background. Like so. It's like I wanted to be saturated, I wanted to be colorful, but I also wanted to be dark. So I can't have it both ways. So I'll just bring it up. Like so. Shrink the size. Shift it. And I guess I'll go, color's not working for it, so I'll just kind of go gray. That's better. Okay. And let's go, is that outer glow? Yeah. Shrink this down a little bit as well. Okay. I'm happy with that. Almost there. I'll just do a flatten and scale, because I want to scale it, shrink it down, because right now it's humongous in size, I think. But if I scale it right now, all my settings are going to get foobarred. So I'll tell you what, I'll just go like this. Oops. I'll clone it in case I screw it up. And then this I will rasterize type, and then whoop, wait, why can I not merge? There it goes, merge, there. Now I can shrink it and not worry about those. All right, let's go image size, 1024. Actually 512 should be still more than enough. which is GUI. Play text. Done. GUI, main menu, play text. Alright. So I'm going to shrink him down 256. Yeah. And then see if I can squeeze it into that same atlas. It's getting tight, I'm sure. See if it stays at 2K. It did. Cool. Oh shoot, in this case though, actually this is going to be kind of strange because I want it to be not there, but out here. Let's see if I can do that. Huh. Let's see if he's going to hate me. Nope, it's good with it. Okay, good. So it's just out of view there. So the first time someone jumps, they're going to see it out of the corner of their eye. They jump. It's like, oh, I get it. So come up here, boom, and they hit play. That's kind of cool. I like that. Yeah. So like I said, one jump doesn't get it. So you just players will instinctively hit a second time. Okay, it's 2D, so 2D box collider is trigger. Okay, I'm gonna actually not give it to the player. I'm gonna give the collision to the play button because I don't want to dirty up the player script there with more stuff that's only going to be used in the main menu and probably on a temporary basis. So let's go scripts, script. All right, so then we go call it the play button. Because technically, I guess it is kind of the play button. Oh, wait for it to compile, even though I did nothing yet. Let's see, play button. Alright, kill these guys. So, is it on trigger? Actually, I think I'd just do it this way. Trigger, yeah. Alright, see if that gets it or not. I guess I need to set this to collectible? I could try that. I'm just trying to think of something it collides with and it would be happy with. So let's see if that works. Did I save? I did. Here, good. That worked. Perfect. So then we need the ability to load the level. Walking, talking. Look who showed up the last few minutes. Welcome, man. What's new? What's going on, buddy? You're just in time to see me put the finishing touches on my main menu. Level? No. Scene? Yeah, scene management. There it is. Nothing new. You got much done today? I did. Check it out. So, we got this. So this is going to be like the main menu, right? So if we wait for it. There you go. So we got like the classic old Star Trek buttons there, right? You know, that's like the classic console. And originally I was going to have the Tribble kind of controlled by AI, right? And just kind of bounce around the screen. But then I thought it was actually a cooler idea, just that you control it, and because the idea is that the Tribble gets caught on the ship, right? And they beamed it down, so it's almost like you're looking at what happened when you just beamed this Tribble down there, right? You're watching them on the screen, and then here's where the play button will be. So it you know, it's almost like the initial tutorial, right? It'll teach the person, you know, just some basics before they even start playing the game. But it's gonna be kind of cool because someone will pick up the joystick and they'll move it around. They kind of go, oh, look at that, and they'll hit the button, and then they're bound to see like the little play up there, and it's like, oh, okay, so I gotta get up there. They jump twice and they realize, oh, I can do that, right? So there you go. So that's pretty much the last key thing I wanted to add to this, and it dropped in pretty nicely today. So it's just in the process of making it when you actually hit the play button, it loads the scene. So let's go. Crap, I always forget how to do this. Tell you what, let's go close all but this. Game controller. What do they call it? There it is. Wait, game prototype 2. No. That should be gameplay 01. I thought I fixed all those. Like that. Make sure I didn't miss any others here. Cool. Will you have additional text to tell the player which buttons to press if they don't get it after a certain time? Yeah, actually on the cabinet itself, I'll have a physical printout, right, that sits where the buttons on a normal arcade cabinet would rest. It's just a clear, flat piece of wood. So then there'll be like a decal that'll be on there, and it'll just show the joystick, and it'll say left, right, and it'll show the button, right? So it's almost like the classic 80s arcade games where it had like the the little thing on the cabinet that would tell you how to play it, you know. And then also, of course, if you come in here, when you go into, if it'll load, there he goes. Yeah, so you have come here for tutorial, right? So if you want the full-on tutorial, boom, you can go hit that and you get a breakdown. Even cooler. Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, this is all just for show, right? For Comic-Con. I'll worry about doing something more robust for the actual game release, but just as a introductory kind of thing, I think it's a nice touch. And now that I see this, I'm actually digging it more and more, so it may not be a temp. This may actually be something that I come back and revisit. Okay, so I gotta figure... Alright, so... Let me make sure I didn't have any more of these. Nope, that's the only one. Okay. So hit that, grab that guy, like so. Then I gotta do something where it comes back to that main menu as well, but I'll worry about that later on. Build settings, make sure he's loaded. Yep, tutorial's loaded, good. I don't recall if I asked you this before, sorry if I did. How do you pronounce, I say GUI. I say GUI. I'm not sure if there's another way. Oh, you say GUI? Yeah. Well, programmers are lazy individuals. That's why, you know, you have, you know, rather than saying, you know, X plus 1, you have X plus plus, you know, because they're lazy. You know, X minus 1 is X minus minus. So, yeah, I think that goes for speaking as well. GUI versus GUI. GUI is just fun to say. Alright, so let's see, in theory. Whoa. That was weird. Why did it disappear on me? That's strange. Oh, sorting layer. We'll put it on the same as player. How about that? We'll say -5. There. So that way it shouldn't go invisible on me. I think the background was just occluding it. There he is. Perfect. and then you go straight into the game. And if you want, you can go into the tutorial, which is kind of working. I gotta fix that background. Tutorial, save. Alright, see if that's good enough now. Nope, that's not. Really? How about now? Yeah, now it's happy. Alright, so that should be good enough. There it is. Alright, I did fix the tutorial. I couldn't remember if I did it. I guess I could put the background in there. Right now it's kind of locked, so let me go ahead and do the old little level manager. Yeah. And then, tell you what, I'll just make a game object and group it all together. Create empty, put it at 0. It's one of those things I meant to do, but I never really got around to it. So just do it now. Like so. Select him. He goes there. And then hopefully... yeah. There you go. So it's a subtle move, but... yep. Oops. Probably shrink that text down. It's pretty gargantuan. It fills up way too much of the screen. And then we go back into the game. Get all this goodness. I don't have the God rays in the tutorial, but I'm not too worried about that. I think that's a minor thing. Okay. So, let's see, what else do I have to worry about? Let me come back into save. Yeah, it's kind of fun. I don't think I have the color set up correct on these guys. Is it this one? Yeah. I think that's the right one. Is it that one? Is it that one? No. Alright, I'm gonna say it's that one. Cool. Alright, and then I gotta do is add this scene to my build settings, and he's who starts like that, right? And just tell it to go back to that one. Main menu temp. Uh-oh. Sounds like my dog got in some trouble downstairs. That's not gonna be good. So, yeah. So I guess I have this just so close up versus what I have in the other ones. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I like that. Alright, so then I have to, I guess I need to find a little music for the main menu. Add that later. Sound effects, yep, that's great. Actually, I didn't think I'd burn through all that today. Let's see, what else am I... Oh yeah, I was going to make it so it goes back. Controller. Let's see. And I'm going to call that main menu temp. So I want it, if you do the little secret button reset, it'll come back. Oh, really? Copy. Really? Okay, fine. So yeah, reload game. Crap. Oh, there it is. So load main menu. Reload game. Alright, I have to play with that. Let's see what happens. If I die, let's see if I come back to the main menu there. I kind of like mix all that stuff together in a crappy fashion. The audio. 3, 4, and 5, and you're dead. Alright, let's see where I go back to here. Yep, good. That's exactly where I wanted to go. Did I lose God mode? Alright, I gotta do the old-fashioned way. Legit. Come here, buddy. Die. Squeeze. Alright, I'm not going to worry about him. I just want to get to the exit and still have health. Wait for it. There you go. Screwed that one up. Ah, messed that one up. No, no. Don't choke now, buddy. Come on. Alright, here we go. There we go. Alright, so this is what I want to figure out. If I come back here, I gotta fix that. And good, we come back to here. Alright, and then I gotta remember what the secret code is to like reset if you're in the middle of the game, so you don't have to go all the way back here every time. And if we finish the tutorial, where does that take us? That's the other question mark. Let's see. Go away. Go away. Hopefully not the main menu. Oh, it did. Perfect. Wow. Look at that. I got it right the first time. I thought that was going to get screwed up for sure, but that turned out perfectly. Alright. And I guess the other thing I need to check is the little cheat code to reset. Not really cheat code, but just in case you're screwing up and you would just start back from the beginning without having to like kill yourself off. And I think I have that in player controller, not here. Ooh, maybe not. Nope, maybe right the first time. No, I guess, okay, I did reduce it down to one button press. And that player one dash, that's left over from the Corgi stuff, and I don't want to touch it because it breaks the crap out of everything. So in that case, player one dash. So we could find a keyboard equivalent of that and test it. Input, thank you. So we're looking for player one dash. Jump, push, fly, dash, F. Alright, so in theory, if I hit F, it should actually reset. Yeah, there it goes. Sweet. So that does work. That's under update, so it's less than 5. Okay. Oh, that's right. It's double. It's double press. That's why. I forgot. Right. Huh. So we go. Boom. There it is. Can't even remember my own code. That's embarrassing. Perfect. That's great. And then, boom. Alright, so I still need to improve the GUI for the win-lose, because that's insanely ugly right now. But getting really close, which is good, because Comic-Con is getting really close. That's right, actually 2 weeks from today I pack up and head to San Diego, so I better get done, right? Kind of run out of time. Alright, so yeah, we're about 4 minutes out. I think I may just wrap up right here because that's a really good cutoff point. Nothing else I want to jump into. The fixing up the GUI for the win-lose, I want to devote a little more time to that than 4 minutes, so, and I may do that when I come back. But no, actually I won't get that tonight because I need to work on that press list, that 1700 whatever 1500 long press list for Comic-Con, and get emails out to those people so I can hopefully get some press people visiting the booth in a couple of weeks. So I'll probably be working on the GUI stuff when I'm back with you guys on Wednesday. But yeah, that turned out really great. I'm very happy with that. You guys can tell me otherwise, but I think this is cute. This is actually a novel approach, right? People pick up the joystick and start playing and instinctively figure it out, and then start the game. Then if they want a proper tutorial, this screams, right? Tutorial versus, I wonder if I'd hit this if I go F. Nope, you can't get out of tutorial. The FF only works if you're actually in the game, so good to know. Oh, and I want to clean up that too for the tutorial. Kind of shrink that text down. I'll make note of that as well. All right. Well, I think that'll do it, guys. Thanks for everyone that hung out. I appreciate you guys being around. I will be back on Wednesday, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Hope you guys come out and hang around again. Until then, take care of yourself, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday. All right, adios.